Hey guys, it's Steph here with Crafty Ladybug. This lesson is going to be on the Loom-LESS witch's broom. This is a really cute and simple little broom that can go along with the cauldron and the witch that I have coming out very soon on my channel. Please stay tuned for those items. To complete this witch's broom, you will need a few extra supplies. You will need a toothpick, a pair of scissors, your loom bands, and the toothpick will be used as support for the back of the broom. If your loom bands are strong enough, you may not need to use the toothpick, but I had to use mine when I created this, and I liked how it kept it nice and straight also. The scissors we need to trim this portion off in just a moment. We're going to be trimming those. So let's begin this project with our work area set up similar to what I have shown here. And our first step is going to be to take these beige color or tan colored rubber bands. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those there. There are 18 darker brown here and 2 with the beige again. These 10 are creating this little portion right here. The dark brown are here, and then the tan again will be these 2 small little pieces at the end of the broom. But to start a broom, take your first 2 bands, tie them in a slip knot, and pull that really tight, and just lay that down. Your next 2 bands will be tied in a slip knot again, pulled really tight, and just set that down. 2 slip knots again, really tight, and just set that down. 2 slip knots again, pull that really tight, and set that down. And last, 2 for slip knots. And I'm having issues with this one. Slip knot those together, pull it tight, and just set it down. Now the next step is going to be to gather these up. Where you have your slip knots, you're going to enter into one side and then pick up on the other side. So this is what each one is going to look like on your hook. You're basically grabbing where that knot is, and you're just going to keep that and hold that onto your hook. We're going to do the same thing, go through one circle, come out the other, stretch it out so it's nice and even in the center, and just hold that on our hook. Go through again and up through, stretch that out, and just keep it in place on your hook. Go through one, out the other, stretch that out, gather it up with your finger right here, and same thing on the last one. And basically you just want to keep your knots as lined up and even as possible on your hook. And we're going to slide all this down closer to the end. And we're going to be taking a single band. This is really hard to do if you don't have multiple hands. Here you go. I basically just took my finger, placed it over the top to hold on to them while I worked on the next step. Next step will be taking your single brown band, double twist it on your fingers, and you're going to convert all of this over as tight as you can and reclaim that back. So you want all those bands as tight as you can underneath that set of double twist bands. And now it's pretty simple looping from this point on. You're just going to be taking your single band, wrapping it around your finger, and pulling through. Single band, wrapped around your finger, pull through. Single band, wrap around your finger, and pull through. Single band, wrapped, pulled through, and you can do this for as long as you want your broom handle to be. If you don't like how 18 of them look, you can either add or take away more, but we're just going to do this all the way through. And it's pretty simple. You're just looming or hooking a single chain with a double twist band. That's why I'm going so fast, because most of you should have this movement down if you follow along with my videos. If it's your first time with my video, just take a moment and hit the pause button until you get that movement straight. And I'm just straightening it up a little bit. We are almost to the end. Last two dark browns. And I have misplaced one of those bands on that last trip, so I'm just going to redo that one. And the last band is going to be your securing band, so you do not want to double twist it. And you just want to use that as a slip knot and secure that off. Our next step will be to run our toothpick in and out, weave your toothpick in and out of your stem. And you can do that before or after this next step, but we've got a couple more steps to go to get this guy finished. So you want to take one of your tan bands and you want to wrap it around this area 1, 2, and 3 times, and just let that rest at the bottom of the broom some. And that's kind of securing those bands there a little bit. And the rest of it is slightly unruly still. So that's where the second rubber band comes into play. You want to put a second rubber band further down. Just kind of straighten them up a little bit if you can. Here's one where the knot's not so straight, so I'm just going to twist it some. Get that knot back up in there where it needs to be. And then the second piece, you just want to twist around 2 times. Get that to where you like it to look. You might need to pull and tug on a couple of these bands just to stretch them out and get them to where they need to be. You'll be able to tell when one's kind of unruly and poking out where it shouldn't be. Just tug on it a little bit. Move your 3-time twist down some. And now we are ready to just trim our broom up. And I just take my scissors and I cut the end of those bands just through those loops. And here we have got a really quick witch's broom. And then the only thing that you have left to do, and I'm going to do this off camera because it does take a little bit of time. If you don't like how, if your bands are a little not straight enough for you, take your toothpick and just pick up a single piece of that and weave your toothpick down to your base. But here we've got our cute little witch's broom to go along with the cauldron, the witch cauldron, and the witch hat. And very soon I will have a wicked witch coming to my channel for the Halloween season. Thank you guys so much. Happy Halloween.